I dropped out of university when I was 19, moved to Hawaii and taught myself how to work online. Then I came to Costa Rica, invested in 32 acres of land, and helped build a mystery school. I make these videos to help you unlock your potential so you can live the life of your dreams. In this video, I'm going to explain why internal cleansing is one of the most important steps you should be doing on an early spiritual awakening or just in the spiritual journey in general. So during my journey, I took an internal cleansing kit when I finally had the money to do it. But before I had the money, my fiat wasn't really flowing in like I needed it to. I wasn't really living in abundance during my initial stages of my spiritual awakening. I was still working like a 9-to-5 job and, just like everyone else really in the matrix. And so, but I still took every single cent that I made and I started investing in my health because I realized like this applies really to anyone that grew up in the matrix. Like I realized that I have so many crazy nonsense scripts that were programmed through me through TV and childhood and advertisement and news and media. And my body was just full of shit. Like, let's just be honest. Like I was eating fast food at one point. I was like Subway every day, McDonald's the other day, Wendy's, etc., etc. I was eating fast food, all this processed chips. Even when I originally went on my spiritual path, I still started eating chips. When I went vegan at the start, I was still eating vegan chips and all this stuff. But the thing is that I really had to let all of that go in order to get where I am today. Like I had to flush it out of my entire system. So how do you really do that? See, like for me, what I did was I took every single cent that I made from my job and I invested it into great food. I went to the grocery store, I went to the equivalent of Whole Foods, but in Canada, I went to my farmer's market and I started buying organic fruits and veggies. So obviously the first thing, organic fruits and veggies, as many as I can get in my body. I need to flush this thing out. I started buying distilled water. People thought I was crazy. It was hilarious, all right? I used to go through the grocery store in a cart and I would just bring out a full cart stacked with distilled water. Everyone would be looking at me like, yo, what is this kid doing? And I'm just sitting there like, yo, you don't know nothing about fluoride though. Like seriously though, if you don't know anything about fluoride, you should seriously research that because it calcifies your third eye or your pineal gland, and that's not a fun time, okay? And that's a whole other video in itself, but definitely do the research, educate yourself, and don't let anyone tell you that drinking distilled water is not a good idea, that you won't get your minerals. As long as you're eating a healthy diet and also drinking distilled water, you'll be totally fine. You don't need to get your minerals only from water. Now, granted, I'm always going to choose mountain stream water, fresh mountain stream water over distilled water. But if you're in the matrix and you're really looking to flush out your system, I recommend that you start investing in distilled water as soon as possible. Like it's life or death. Get on that. And I promise you will feel better and it will be a good time. So I drank distilled water only for like 8 months and I'm alive. So don't let anyone tell you that it's not healthy, okay? I feel like it's actually one of the best forms of water that you can access because it's just pure H2O. So if you don't have access to anything else, definitely get that, or like some natural spring water, or mix the two together, whatever you feel. So internal cleansing, all right? This was my initial stages. When I didn't have the money to like go invest in an actual internal cleansing kit, this is what I did. I made these small little things. I started to figure out like, okay, like I need to eat the whole rainbow. I need some red foods. I need some green foods. I need all these different foods in my body to build this temple, right? So this was really, really key for me, and it should be key for you too, because health is wealth, all right? Like when you're on the spiritual journey, like in order to be able to see things clearly, you need to be able to have your filters, which are your chakras, spinning correctly, right? And your filters are also synced up with your organs in your body, so everything functions together. You really got to go back inside and be like, all right, like, sorry, but no more chips, okay? It's hard, no more cheese. Let that go. Like, let all these mucus-forming substances go and really start to power yourself with more healthy, life-living foods, okay? Really, really key. Now, let's get on to the next stage. When I finally had a little bit more money coming in, I decided, okay, like, I still, like obviously, I grew up, it was like 18 years of this, of just eating junk food almost every other day, going to Halloween with this huge candy bag that's like over my head, bigger than me right now, and be eating all that within a week, literally. Like, you should saw me. I would go ham on those Halloween candies, and I'd feel horrible after it, but I would. And there was no one there really telling me that I couldn't do that. And so the thing is that you really have to be there to tell yourself what you can or you can't do in terms of your health. It's really important. If you want to take your health to the next level, then you got to install different guardians in your consciousness so that you're actually digesting and consuming things that are actually going to build your body and not destroy it, right? Your body can either be a garden or a graveyard. This is really key. Get on that knowledge at this point, move on to the next thing. So Internal cleansing. All right, let's go back to this. I recommend the Blessed Herbs Internal Cleansing Kit. You can also find it on Secret Energy. I'm going to leave a link down in my bio below. And right now, you should see a photo of it right now. I took 3 of these over my entire life, okay? I took 1 only colon cleanse, and then I took 3 of these full body internal cleansing kits. And I'll tell you, it has completely transformed my life. Like, my life was never the same after this. So I recommend that if you haven't, or if you have the currency to invest in internal cleansing, you're really serious about your spiritual path, invest in one of these, okay? Click the link down in my bio and go take a look. If they're available, you got to get them, okay? There's no, like, you just got to do it. It's worth it. It's so worth it. After I took this internal cleansing kit, the amount of toxins that it took out of my body, I was like what? Like, like what? Like, is that even possible? How is that even in my body? That's how I felt. Like, it was so crazy. And every time it amazes me. So it's really key that if you are on a spiritual path, that you start cleansing out your body, because as you begin to cleanse out your body, you become more clear about everything. All right. You get more vision, more clarity. You get to perceive things deeper. Your vision goes deeper into reality because there's not so much junk and nonsense clouding it anymore. So this is really important. Invest in your health. Get an internal cleansing kit if you can afford it, especially during these times. So much chaos in the world right now, right? Take this time, invest in your health, go back inside yourself and change the whole game, okay? Everything changes when you start to invest in your health. I mean it, everything changes. The whole game changes when you start investing in your health, because all of a sudden you have the energy. You have the energy to actually create your dreams. There's no more excuses. Once you get the energy, it's just a matter of getting to work, making it happen. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you found some value. If you did, please subscribe, like, leave a comment down below. Be sure to check out these internal cleansing kits. Click the link. They'll be down in my bio. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Aloha and pura vida. Keep expanding.